Complex scientific and technical problems require collaboration. But the price of that collaboration, the communication price, is too high. In scientific and technical fields, we use workflows. Workflows are combinations of code, data, and compute. And this combination is currently almost impossible to share with others outside your organization, maybe within your organization. To walk through an example of how this plays out in the state of the art, I'm going to describe a protein hackathon that I competed in recently to learn more about the state of the art and these AI tools in general. So the University of Texas created a competition called Bits to Binders, where the target was a cancer cell protein, and we were to generate a binder that would bind to this protein. We had a team, we had plenty of GPU resources generously provided, and a desire to work together and learn from each other. What was the result? It was pretty poor. It was not due to a lack of time or commitment or desire to work together. It was simply the technical and logistical challenges. Only one person in our team was, the person in the team who was able to make the sort of most progress, basically was the only one that made any real progress. And because we were not able to communicate where we were technically, to combine resources in the right way, to communicate runs of experiments, to break up the problem into chunks, and then finally, when we needed to run these at scale, the technical challenges of integrating our workflows into these different systems meant that we really only used a small subfraction. So it was a pretty poor outcome, even though we enjoyed it and we wanted to have success. The success was pretty limited. It was mostly just one person. Why is this? Well, it's because these workflows, a lot of these tools for these workflows live sort of either on your computer or in the cloud. And so you're wiring together a bunch of different services of different granularity, some low level where you're connecting them, wiring them up yourselves, some more high level that are more kind of packaged abstractions of these workflows. But because these mostly live in the cloud and they're different services, if you pick one and I pick another, we can't really communicate. If I'm wiring up a bunch of these services for my workflows, which is already a lot of work, and then you're wiring up your workflows, which is another bunch of work, then that's already a bunch of work. To communicate with them is essentially rolling dice and hoping that they line up perfectly. It just doesn't happen. And it's unlikely to happen as more and more of these services become available. The solution is that workflows must live in the browser as much as possible. The browser is a shared environment. The more of this stuff is happening in the browser, the more control you have it and the more reproducible it is, because browsers will always be there. They'll always be there consistently displaying and processing web content in a reliable way. The solution to this that I've built is the Metapage platform. It's interactive workflows in the browser. So I'm going to quickly go through an example of the protein challenge, what would happen if it happened today. So Carl sent me some data. Hey Dion, here's some data. Oh great. I got an input protein from Carl. Okay, cool. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to create a new metapage. I'm going to just paste it in here. Boom. And let me rename this actually. Okay, data from Carl. And I'm going to add in a AI generating protein model that was published that I put in our system. Okay, so this is going to run a Docker container. It's missing the input. I'm going to wire it up. Hey, give me that input protein. Boom, wired up. Now it's running. So I just have run a Docker container that generates a protein, generates novel proteins. I want to look at the files. This one, file view. And let me wire this up. This is this thing here. I want the inputs. Just connect all of it. Give me all the files from that. So Metapages are workflows, but they also have an associated file system. So what have I got here? Oh, I've got a protein. Okay, I want to look at the protein. I need a protein viewer, PDB viewer. Here's an NGL viewer. Let me add this. Okay, let me wire this up. NGL viewer inputs files, connect all. Boom, just wired it up. And now, when I go back here, this is the binder with the target protein. So what I've done is I've taken input data, I've just dragged in a containerized AI tool that someone else has made, wired it up, got the outputs, visualized the outputs, and now I'm able to immediately share this with anyone. Hey, Carl, what do you think of these results? I can also make it public and share it with everyone. I can copy that link, send it to wherever I want, and I can paste it in, for example, Notion. Boom. Now I have this interactive example pinned. You can interact with it, and it contains all of the code, the data, and the compute, all able to reproduce it, all there for you. Thank you for your time. Click on that QR code, that link, and you can see one of these workflows on your phone. Interactive and running on any device. Thank you.